Hey, good morning, everybody. Adventure Vin here. I'm in Amboy, California, and this Roy's Motel Cafe probably should be on everybody's list. It's on the front of a lot of guidebooks, actually. Amboy, California. I'm only about 2 hours from home, actually. This was one of the first places I've wanted to come to when I first did my Route 66 trip. It was a must destination. I wasn't really going to stop this morning, but you know, Amboy deserves its notoriety. So last night, just real quick, so I stayed at that KOA, slept on the couch, had a pretty good night's sleep actually. Motorcycle was right outside, it was fine. I never broke camp, so I was able to get out of Dodge around 5:30 this morning. I was up at 5 actually, sun was coming up, and grabbed a quick shower. I haven't eaten yet. I'm gonna eat at a little Route 66 cafe in Ludlow, right down the road, about a half hour. Now, getting back to Amboy, you can get here whether you're traveling eastbound or westbound on Route 66, but there's a stretch of road, and it's very well marked with detour signs, and you're gonna have to detour when you get east of Amboy heading east. This I was gonna point out really quick. That is a really big school for this area. It's all boarded off now. The school is. I've never been in that area, but that's eastbound. It's about 7:30 in the morning now. I did do some parts where I probably shouldn't have been. It's a long story. Greg, that was with me, and Anza Borrego, I was on stuff like this and even softer, and there were times where I had to actually pontoon it. If anyone doesn't know what I mean by pontooning it, is meaning straddling the bike like a fourth grader in soft sand, keeping it in first gear, and just like walking it through the soft stuff. I survived. Probably. That's something I want to do again. I think I might have had catch it on my dash cam. Let's see if I can find it. These Route 66 roadside attraction signs are all over. If you ever see one, it's worth stopping by. It tells you a little bit about the site. Route 66, Amboy, California, founded in 1858. Amboy provided a vital rest stop for weary, sun-drenched travelers seeking a better life in California. Amboy owned and operated by Juan Pollo Restaurants. I met the owner of that restaurant. He actually owns this his family now, because he had passed away 2 years ago. I had the opportunity to meet him at one of his Juan Pollo restaurants in San Bernardino. But unfortunately he passed away. One thing I was going to point out, because I'm afraid I'm going to forget, is that if you come through here, these guys that run this one little post office here are pretty cool. So if you're traveling with that Route 66 passport book where you get stamps at certain locations, go in there and get your little Route 66 passport stamp with the cancellation stamp of Amboy, California. It's kind of cool. I don't know if they're intending to restore these or not. These are the little motel rooms that were once, obviously, where it had been rented out. It looks like some work is being done in them, and it's good to see that no one's come in and. Well, I didn't spend the night here last night. Man, these are tight. And one thing I'll point out, like the Wigwam Motel I stayed at in Holbrook was very much like this, with those design tiles on the bottom. Very tight. Back then when travelers were coming through, there wasn't a lot of, what am I looking for? There wasn't a lot of a necessity like for outlets and power outlets. People are probably here. This wasn't a destination, so this was probably a one night stop. I would imagine maybe that was the sleeping area where the bed was, and maybe the couch here. They probably leave, this one's a little bit more cleaner. They probably leave everything unlocked so people don't break these things, like that. Probably just leave them unlocked. I don't think a lot of people are going to be coming here and try to vandalize these things. It would be nice if the community or somehow they put these together. And actually, if they restored these, I would stay here. I mean, just like they restored the Wigwam motels, both in Holbrook and one in, I believe the other was in San Bernardino by my house, the city of San Bernardino. This, I would actually stay here. It looks like they are doing some kind of construction work. It's getting really warm out here. So that was one of my intentions. was to beat the heat. But you know, philosophically speaking, I pulled over. I went to that stop and I met this really cool Vietnam vet dude at that lodge I was sleeping in. We were both in the 9th Infantry Division. Some of you might hear me reference Air Force in my Army time. I did 8 years Army, 24 Air Force. So if you watch spotty videos and I mention one branch or the other, you may say, wait, I thought he said Army. Wait, now he's saying Air Force. No, I was in both branches. So this looks like what would have been the lobby. I love this design. I don't know, I'm gonna say 60s era, maybe 50s, 60s era architecture, which I don't really know what you would call it. I mean, it's just really cool how, you know, there would be a lot to open up and maintain this stuff, but at least they've done this much. I have no idea who Mom and Pa Kettle and the painting are. Looks like something you might see in the Haunted Mansion, Disneyland. Oh, there's the night bell. Nope. That's cool. They have an old phone in there. Have an old photo, the keys. When the keys are hanging on the board. Cash register. This structure goes pretty deep. It looks like there's a little bar lounge behind that curtain. And actually, oh God, look at that TV. Center screen. Oh my goodness. I've never actually walked up to this structure this close. All the times I've been here, I've never actually came up and looked in here much. Oh, look at that guy. He looks like he got some outhouses here. And then there's another structure. Oh, there are some places that actually encourage this, where when you're traveling through, you put your stickers. I had a Adventure Vin sticker that I was putting when I did my first Route 66 trip in 2018. I don't know that was here. That looks like, obviously, that was where a payphone was. So for my daughter's generation and earlier, there was a thing called payphones way back when. So this is still an operational gas station, I wanted to mention, by the way. I might have to go move my motorcycle because people are trying to get pictures of the sign. But here's another example of, or they, you know, and they encourage, like, hey, if you're traveling through, a lot of these stickers are specially made. They're significant to a group of, you know, riders or travelers or something. Most of them just are not just arbitrary stickers. Every time I come here, well, just about every time, I'll come in and get something, but it looks like this is closed. I recommend stopping here. Most of the time I stop here, it's like the middle of the day and it's just really, really hot. So they open up at 8. I think I don't have a clock on me or watch on me. I think it's about 7:30 right now. But it's open, it looks like pretty much 8 to 8:30. Well, there you go. So Monday through Sunday. They got a lot of stuff in there. They got a lot of cool, unique souvenirs. Oh, let me read this really quick. Amboy and Rose Cafe. Amboy settled as early as 1858. Began a water stop when the Southern Pacific Railroad laid its tracks through the Cadiz Valley in 1883 to 1884. Following the course of the railroad and the National Old Trails Highway, Route 66 was opened in 1926. Amboy Sioux saw heavy traffic along the Mother Road. As travelers, Dust Bowl immigrants, soldiers, and vacationers made their way through the Mojave Desert. Facilities included a cafe, service station, school, motel, and post office. Water was hauled by rail from Newberry Springs, 50 miles to the west. Roy's has served travelers along Route 66 from the beginning. Opening by Roy Crowell, and later operated by Roy's son-in-law, Buster Burris, Roy's has provided hot food, a cold drink, and gasoline to many weary sojourner. Motorists could spend the night at the motel while vehicles of all types were serviced at the garage. Even after Interstate 40 bypassed the town in 1973, Roy's was served as a welcomed oasis in the lonely stretch of deserts. Dedicated March 18th, 2006, by the Billy Holcomb chapter of the Ancient and Honorable Order of the Clampus Vitus. Whatever. Okay, so I actually been to all these sites. I've seen all that stuff. So That's and you could stop here. You can get drinks, everything. They have everything in there. It's just closed right now because it's early. These pumps, I thought those were okay. Those are non-operational pumps. I thought they were operational at one time, but I think they use that where their seating's at. And then these ones are operational, no diesel. The prices are a little high. Right now. I have a picture of when I first came through here, or an older video where I talked about the gas prices, and I was like, oh, the prices are high. This is like 18 years ago, and it was $3 and change or $4 and change. And I'm making a comment on how high the prices are. But then they got some shields here. I'm gonna go move my motorcycle because I think those people want to take a picture. And there's some road shields are there. That's westbound. I'm gonna go to Breakfast and Ludlow, then jump back on the 40 after that point. That's eastbound. Once you head eastbound, you got to make a left, and you got to make a left to get back on Highway 40 because a portion of that is all closed, and it's all closed. I definitely recommend not trying to get through it. I was able to because I'm on a dual sport, or maybe if you're on a high clearance 4x4. So. But I'm going to conclude this because I think these people in the truck want to get a better picture of Roy's sign in the background. So, anyways, I'm going to shoot this one out there. Like, subscribe, stay cool, get a cool drink, get in the shade, take care, and I'll do another, maybe a short one when I get on the other side of Barstow. Okay. All right, guys, bye.